welcome to the next episode. I believe it's episode 4 or 5 to our Home Search Gauntlet. We got back from our honeymoon yesterday, and if you haven't seen that vlog, I will link that up in the and down below. But in today's episode, it's about the next step of house hunting since we have completed the wedding and just got back from our honeymoon. So we are gonna gear up and ramp up our search for our house. And today we are actually going to an open house. It's actually July 3rd, so kind of hoping it won't be as busy, and then maybe we can talk to the realtor more if we end up liking this home. So kicking off this next episode, so we'll see where it takes us. Okay, so we just finished looking at that house and it was a resounding no. Like, so the homeowner or the investor, whoever, like redid the floors but did not do a good job on them. They cut corners on where the corners were and like how to finish it off properly. The transitions they used weren't the correct transitions. And then also the doorway to the master bathroom, like the top of it, the frame was like crooked. It was really, really strange. And the flooring choices were kind of strange. Like if that, and then also we saw some areas where it could be odd settling. There may be foundation issues, and for that price point, just no. So it was just a resounding no on that one. So I guess we have to look at the next one then.
We got a couple more I'm gonna go see hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we know it's July 4th, but you know.
Well, we're gonna go in the morning. We're going in the morning. You know, and yeah, we're trying to respect our realtors and family friends who is, helping us out. So we're not gonna be like doing it all day, and yeah, no, it's fine. And also a lot of people are actually technically celebrating today, so
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna check back in tomorrow and show you those houses, and hopefully we find a good one. Good morning. It is 4th of July. We are a little sweaty because we did a little bit of pickup soccer this morning, but we are on our way to our first house. We're actually gonna go look at 4 houses today, and hopefully we can find the one. Okay, so we went to this first house and it was well under budget, and it looked, honestly, it was probably one of my favorites, and I would have started saying like, let's do an offer. However, they put on the very bottom of the listing and like fine lettering that offers were due.
Last and best offers were due last night at 8 p.m.
Yeah, last night. So I was like, okay, well that's not gonna work. It's still showing as like available, so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe if it's still available this weekend, maybe we can talk about doing an offer. But we really liked the house. It was the exact same layout, just flipped as the second house we put in an offer on. So that's another reason why we really liked it. And also there wasn't really any updates, but which is fine, and it looked like it was well taken care of, and the flooring was redone. Mm-hmm. But like the bathrooms, the kitchen, all that was definitely looked original. So that's unfortunate, because that would have been the one that I think we would have put an offer in.
It would have been interesting to see like how do we put an offer in, and gotten to the point to where we're doing an inspection on the house is to see what,
because there was possible,
so
it definitely looked like there was possible foundation issues. And then okay, so going to this next house, this one was a house that was up on the market and then taken off and under contract and then put back up, and it's in a location that I personally don't want to be in, and it just, after looking at this house today, it just confirms I don't want to be in this area. Although it is decent, it was decent. It had the updated floors, although the carpet needed to be replaced, but the kitchen needed a full-on overhaul and reconfiguration. And with the location being what it is, I don't think it would have been a smart investment personally. It would have been a lot of work work and a lot of money to get it to be functional, and I don't think we're in the business to do that. Like, I think everything else would have to be perfect in order for us to be like, okay, yeah, we'll be willing to put in the money to invest in like a full-on overhaul for functionality.
And honestly, for anybody else, not just us, but if anybody goes in at what they were listing it at, you're taking on way too much, and you're gonna probably lose money. You're gonna lose money, 100% gonna lose money on that house, because the kitchen was tiny and was closed off. It was an apartment-sized kitchen. Yeah, there was just a lot of money. We would be going in at well under list price, and then putting basically the difference into, if not more, and probably more, into updating it, getting it all where we could actually possibly make a profit out of it. And that just doesn't seem right. And also on top of it, it's not the location at least I personally want to be in. So it's, yeah, so that one's a no, unfortunately. So right now we're 0 for 2. But we are on the way to our third one. We're gonna grab some food real quick, and then we'll be at the third one, which is definitely very promising. It's more in the location I want to be in, and then it's the same as the fourth one as well. So we will just have to see. So we'll check back with you here in a little bit. Okay, so we just finished looking at house number 3, and we really like the house. However, it's on a corner lot that goes right next to a busy street and across the street from a school. However, I think it's a great size. The location is where we both are wanting. It's near where we're currently living, so it wouldn't be too much of an adjustment or change. So our commutes would be the same, how close everything is. And the things we like to go to. The things we like to do. Close. The lake is close. But what was your question? Just the whole, with everything that we're doing now and how it's set up now, it's nice and taken care of. There's you can tell it's a young couple. Yeah. A young couple that, like I kept saying, it was like, this is us a few years from now, because pretty much what we could tell is that they had a young kid and they ran out of room pretty much. So that's where they're at, and they're selling it to, obviously, I'm assuming, to get more space, which is ultimately what I think we're gonna have to do anyways. Yeah. No matter where we buy. They're building a house, or waiting on a house to be built for them to have more space, so they're wanting as long of a lease back as possible. My real question was, what were the major changes that you were wanting to make, the major updates, if we were to go ahead and get that house? To get that house, for me, I definitely would want to change the countertops in the kitchen. I would want to figure out how to either get more cabinets or something. I would change they had these like raw wood sliding barn doors. I would maybe change that. The like little things like the cabinet pulls, maybe it's changing the stain of the cabinets. There was some paint, but for most of it, the paint that they selected was pretty neutral, and they could have painted that before they decided to sell. Let's see, in terms of like the bathrooms, they were redone. However, in the guest bath, they took the tub out and they have it be a flat shower. I think it'd be smarter to put a tub back in for one resale. For, when you have young kids, it's definitely, at least my understanding, easier to bathe them in a tub. Oh, 100%, but they had like a little blow-up thing. They had like a blow-up thing, so there's ways to get around that. However, I don't think most families want to do that. No, personally. I would agree. I wouldn't want to do that. And somehow, I think in the master bathroom, figure out how to, get more height in there, I think. And also more lighting in the shower. Like, there isn't a light in the shower. So that'd be... And figure out what that metal plate was. Yeah, I can't... So that metal plate's also in our rental. So I don't know what... Yeah, it is. I don't know what that's for. That's something to look into. But those are the major changes I would do. I think also, too, there needs to be some sort of transitions added onto from the hardwoods that were installed to the both bathrooms and the... then the bed and the bedrooms, there wasn't transitions on any of them. So but that's something you can easily fix. You can tell that this young couple took care of
the house and then were really strategic about their updates, and it seemed like a lot of them were done themselves. Also, the garage had epoxy in it, which is really smart because it was like a 1.5-ish garage.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there was a lot of built-ins, so I think if they took some of the built-ins out, or we took some of the built-ins out, it would have a little more room. However, it seems like it was probably just going to be a one-car garage.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of work to take out what is very useful storage space.
Right, it was very useful, and also the attic access had like a ladder pull down, which is really good and also kind of rare, which I'm finding. But yeah, so we really like that house. However, like the overall location is good, except for the fact that it's on a very busy road. So we would need, and also replacing the fence would be another thing, and that's very expensive.
A lot of the updates would have to be on the exterior. The fence line was somehow the poles were being moved, even though they were cemented into the ground.
Yeah.
And so that's just a big job and a very expensive job. And so, like, you know, a lot of it would be exterior and landscaping. And, you know, the nice thing is that it actually kind of really gave us a look into what our future could possibly look like in about 3-4 years.
Yeah, and I think that's also another thing that we like about it is like, oh, so this young couple made it work. And they seem to enjoy it, and they were able to put their stamp on a house, and now they're like ready to move on because they ran out of space. So it's like, okay, so I think it maybe helps you even more so that we can live in a house size like that.
I mean, that was a decently sized house.
Yes.
You know, that was never my worry. It was the houses that were, you know, like about 1,200 square feet and less, like, you know.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, so that, like, I think is pretty promising. I think we could see ourselves putting an offer on that house. However, we're on our way to the 4th house of the day, and this is also in an area that I think is a little more geared towards, like, the location that I like. I think more so than Jordan.
Oh, no, I mean, absolutely. It's definitely geared more towards what you want to do, but it's not so far away from everything I want to do that I can't see myself living here. So
right. So it's just one of those, these past two, there's some sort of, at least compromise, at least on one person's end. But, so we could definitely see ourselves putting an offer on that last house. But like I said, we have one more to see. And this one's well under budget. In an area, it's one of our top choice areas. And yeah, so we'll have to see. I'm also kind of concerned that it is so low. So I feel like there might be issues. But if that's the case, we may discuss in putting an offer on that that 3rd house. So we'll check in with you guys after house number 4. Good morning. I'd figure I'd give you all like an update. We actually put an offer in on a house last night, and the homeowners are looking over it, but we're feeling pretty optimistic, and so we might have an update later today. But I figured check in and let you know that we did put in fact an offer on the 3rd house we looked at yesterday, and we're really excited and hoping that we get it, but we'll see. So I'll check back in with you later. Right now we're both, Jordan and I are like working from home, so that's why I'm like looking a little worse for wear and have like glasses on. Like the computer glasses. So so we will check back in with you guys a little bit later. Hello, it is a couple days later, and we have exciting news. We are officially under contract on that house we put in an offer on. Took a couple days because there was some back and forth kind of negotiation. There was just some interesting things that happened that I've never experienced before in like my previous house, and I had just things I've never heard of before, which was like a partial waiver, appraisal waiver, which again, never heard of that. But anyways, all is good, and we are officially under contract, so that's exciting. And yeah, we are actually on our way for the inspection. But yeah, so good news, ending off episode 3 3, we are officially under contract. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and this series, and subscribe for more episodes on this series as well as some other videos as well. Of course, I'll link the playlist up in the eye and down below if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes. But yeah, we are going to start off episode 4 at the inspection, so stay tuned for that and subscribe for that. Yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video, or we will see you in the next video. Bye.